The Archaeology Murders. A Raven Dark Blade Mystery. Chapter 4. Unearthing the Truth. The entrance to the grate below was exactly where Detective Raven Darkblade had guessed, directly under the ancient big top tent, behind a stone slab marked with faded symbols. His height had stabilized at a confident 6 feet, 0 inches, because even he couldn't be wrong all the time. "I can't believe it was actually there," Dr. Bonestree said, her voice oddly flat. "Hidden in plain sight," Raven said proudly. "Like my car keys, which are usually in my hand while I'm looking for them." The entrance was a stone ramp that descended at a steep angle. The walls were covered with carvings, acrobats, animals, performers of all kinds, but something about the proportions was wrong. The technology depicted was too advanced for the time period. "Everyone stay together," Jenny Shouts Loud commanded. "This is still a crime scene." Corvus walked apart from the group, taking notes with sharp, angry movements. Ever since Raven had mentioned the burrito incident, his demeanor had grown colder. "Remarkable construction," Corvus noted. But his tone suggested he resented having to admit it. They had engineering knowledge that shouldn't have existed. "Maybe they were just really smart," Raven suggested. "Intelligence has limits," Corvus snapped, "unlike your capacity for destruction." "Are you still mad about the burrito?" Raven asked. "I'm making observations," Corvus said icily. "Scientifically." They emerged into a vast circular chamber. Stone seats rose in tiers around a central ring, unmistakably a circus arena, but ancient, older than Rome, older than Egypt. In the center stood a raised platform with what looked like a stone throne. "My God," Dr. Sandy Diggs whispered. "It's true. All of it." The walls told a story in pictures. A great circus, the first of its kind. Performers who had mastered skills that wouldn't be rediscovered for millennia. Acrobatics that defied belief. Engineering that seemed impossible. And at the center of it all, a figure in clown paint, arms spread wide. Below him, a name, Bozo Rex. "Bozo?" Raven read. "The first clown was named Bozo?" "Bozo Rex," Dr. Bonestree corrected. "Bozo the King, the founder of the first circus, the one who started it all." "That's a terrible name for a founder," Corvus muttered, still making notes. "Typically, founders choose names that inspire respect." "Maybe respect wasn't the point," Dr. Bonestree said. She was studying the inscriptions intently. "According to this, Bozo believed that laughter was the highest form of human expression. He built this entire complex as a monument to entertainment. An ancient advanced civilization devoted to circus arts?" Jenny asked skeptically. "Look at the evidence," Dr. Sandy Diggs said, pointing to the carvings. Sophisticated pulleys for aerial acts, acoustic design that would make modern theaters jealous. They even had some kind of popcorn distribution system. "But why here?" Raven asked. "Why build it underground?" "It wasn't underground originally," Dr. Bonestree explained. "This was ground level 3,000 years ago. The city built up over it, layer by layer, covering the circus. But if this is such an important discovery, Jenny said slowly, why do you look so unhappy about it, Doctor? Bonestree? Because I knew it was here. Dr. Samantha Shovels pulled out a gun, dropping all pretense. My family has known for generations. We've been making sure nobody found it. You're the killer? Raven's height dropped to 5 feet 8 inches with shock. I prefer guardian of a terrible secret. She kept the gun steady. Do you have any idea what would happen if this got out? If people knew that our entire city was founded on an ancient circus? It would be weird, Raven guessed. It would destroy everything, Dr. Shovel said. Our economy depends on being a normal city with normal origins. Can you imagine the tourism? The conspiracy theorists? The historians wanting to dig up every inch of downtown? That seems like an overreaction, Jenny said. Does it? Look at this place. An ancient civilization that perfected the circus arts thousands of years before anyone else. It's too weird, too impossible. It would turn Crimson City into a joke. We're already kind of a joke, Raven pointed out. Remember the puppet murders? The FBI thing? The beach bodies? Those are isolated incidents. This is our foundation, our origin. She gestured widely with the gun. My grandmother discovered the truth when they built the museum. She changed her name to Bonestree, became a curator, made sure nobody got too close. So you killed Vernon and Patricia to keep them quiet? Jenny demanded. Vernon found the first real evidence. Patricia decoded the entrance. They wouldn't listen to warnings. Her voice turned bitter. I tried everything else first. Misdirection, false leads, even that midnight tip to waste your time. And Marcus? Accident. I've been placing that banana peel at different dig sites for weeks, stolen from your evidence room. She glanced at Corvus. Very precisely documented evidence, by the way. Don't compliment my evidence while confessing to murder, Corvus said coldly. The point is, this place needs to stay buried, sealed, forgotten. You can't just hide archaeological discoveries because they're embarrassing, Dr. Sandy Diggs protested. Watch me. She gestured with the gun. Move to that wall. I've placed charges throughout the chamber. One button and this whole place collapses. As they moved, Corvus stepped close to Raven. Your incompetence has led us to death by circus fanatic, he hissed, fitting end to your chaotic existence. I said I was sorry about the burrito, Raven whispered back. Sorry doesn't unveil my forensics final, Corvus snapped. Sorry doesn't restore my scholarship. Sorry doesn't... Quiet, Dr. Shovel shouted. I'm trying to have a dramatic moment here. She pulled out a detonator. Once you're buried, I'll report a tragic cave-in. The site will be sealed permanently. The secret dies with you. Wait, Raven said. Can I see the throne? Before you blow everything up? I've never seen an ancient clown throne. What? No. Why would I let you? Please? It's historically significant. Even if no one else will know, I'd like to see where Bozo sat. Dr. Shovels looked at the throne, then at Raven. You're stalling. I'm curious. Sue me. Oh, wait, you're going to kill me instead. Fine. 1 minute. Then boom. Raven walked to the throne, studying it intently. It was carved with jokes in dead languages, puns that had lost their meaning, visual gags frozen in stone. At the base, almost hidden, was a small compartment. "There's something here," Raven said, reaching for it. "Don't touch." Dr. Shovel started. But Raven had already opened it, revealing a stone tablet. More pictures, not of the circus's glory, but of its end. "They didn't just build up over it," Raven read, interpreting the images. "The city founders actively buried it. Look, they're putting Bozo in chains, sealing him in." Everyone moved closer, even Dr. Shovels, drawn by morbid curiosity. The images showed the circus at its height, then conflict. The surrounding settlements had united against them, not because they were evil, but because they were too successful, too advanced, too different. The circus had created a society where joy was currency and laughter was law, and it threatened everything the neighboring civilizations believed in. "They buried them alive," Dr. Sandy Diggs whispered. "The whole circus, sealed them in their own arena." "Because they were weird," Raven said quietly. "Because they didn't fit in. Because they scared people by being too good at being different." The final image showed Bozo Rex on his throne, still smiling as the stone sealed above him. Beneath it, one word, in a dozen languages: remember. "They wanted to be remembered," Jenny said, "even if they couldn't survive. But being remembered would destroy the city built on their graves," Dr. Shovel said. "Don't you see? If people knew, really knew, that we built our normal boring city on top of a brilliant, weird, wonderful civilization that we murdered for being different, what would that say about us?" The chamber fell silent. "It would say we're human," Corvus said unexpectedly. Everyone looked at him. Humans have always destroyed what they don't understand, buried what makes them uncomfortable. It's not unique to Crimson City. "But knowing that doesn't mean we should advertise it," Dr. Shovel said. "No," Jenny agreed slowly. "It doesn't." They stood there, in the tomb of the ancient circus, weighing truth against consequences. "We seal it," Raven decided. "But not because it's embarrassing, because they deserve to rest in peace. Bozo and his people. They've been entertainment long enough." "You're agreeing with me?" Dr. Shovels asked, surprised. "You're still going to jail for murder," Jenny clarified. "But the site gets sealed, reported as historically interesting but not significant. The circus stays buried. And we never speak of it," Corvus added, looking directly at Raven. "Some secrets are better kept, some mistakes better left uncorrected." Raven understood he wasn't just talking about the circus. "They left the great below in silence, Doctor. Shovels in custody, the secret weighing on all of them. The site would be sealed. The reports would be filed. The ancient circus would remain a secret known only to those who stood in its arena." Later, as they gave their statements, each of them left out crucial details. The throne, the tablet, Bozo Rex, the murder of a civilization for the crime of being too different. "You did the right thing," Jenny told Raven afterward. "Did I? We're lying about one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever. To protect the dignity of the dead and the sanity of the living, Corvus passed them without a word, but dropped something on Raven's desk. A photo. Their academy graduation. The one where Corvus stood with his ruined presentation. On the back, in Corvus's perfect handwriting, some things can't be buried. Some debts can't be forgiven. Watch your step, Darkblade. Is that a threat? Raven asked. It's a promise, Corvus said, walking away. Your chaos destroyed my life. Someday, my order will destroy yours, but not today. Today, we're co-conspirators in a cover-up. Enjoy the irony. As he left, Raven noticed something chilling. Corvus was smiling. Not warmly, not friendly, but like someone who just discovered a new game to play. Jenny, Raven said quietly, I think I've made an enemy. Just now figuring that out? Jenny asked. I thought we were bonding over ancient circus secrets. Raven, he literally said he's going to destroy you. Yeah, but in a friendly way. There's no friendly way to destroy someone. There is in Crimson City, Raven said. And maybe that was the real legacy of Bozo Rex and his ancient circus. A city built on the grave of joy, where even revenge came with a punchline. The museum would reopen in a week. The basement levels would be permanently closed, and somewhere in the city records, a file would be sealed, marked only Foundation inspection completed. No significant findings. But 5 people would always know the truth. That Crimson City was built on the bones of wonder, and that sometimes that's exactly where wonder should stay. The end. Author's note. This chapter is dedicated to all the civilizations that were too weird to survive, and to the cities built on their graves. Also to secrets kept not from shame, but from respect. Any resemblance to actual ancient circus civilizations is purely coincidental. Remember, if your city has a weird origin story, maybe let it rest in peace.